sunsets and skies so blue. Mountains whisper stories of dreams so true. From oceans roaring wild to valleys deep, a heartbeat of a nation that will not sleep. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is the people's above it all. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. People sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave their weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is the people's above it all. We know it all.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
In Südafrika. Ich hoffe, dass alle in guter Laune sind. Sich heute Abend, der 11. Mai 2025. Wir sind froh für alle die Leute, die heute Abend mit dem Flugzeug nach die Vereinigten Staaten gegangen sind, geflohen sind. Tja, und für alle die Trolls, alle die Tausende von Trolls, die Hate-Wanking-Trolls, ich habe nur ein Ding zu sagen. Sie können jetzt meine kleine Freundin treffen. Und die heißt The Bugger Off Bunny. Bugger off, you lying sacks of cock. Piss off, footsack, be gone. Promises made, promises kept. Delivered, done and dusted. On their way, ladies and gentlemen. Barring some sort of mechanical failure and a return to station, the first cohort of Afrikaners are on their way to the United States. Thank goodness. Thank you, President Trump, for following through on promises made, promises kept. There you go. Bugger off, you little trolls, including some South African YouTube content creators. Liars, liars, liars. Sit down, be quiet, shut up, while we preach the real gospel of the truth to you tonight. Ha ha. Gideon Willis says, good morning from the land of the rising sun. I finally make another stream. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day, belated to everyone around the world, everyone who's got a mother. As I said today at my meet and greet, by the way, another epic, unbelievable meet and greet. I'm so humbled, ladies and gentlemen. I was pretty emotional today. I'm probably going to get emotional in the stream tonight. At least 225 people there, possibly more. And yes, I did get fried. I took one for the team, took a chance at that skin cancer there and that melanoma, standing in that bright sun, African sun, getting cooked today while I spoke to the crowd that was there. Here's one of the gifts I got today. Check it out. Check it out. Hadida, what say you? Anyway, it was unbelievable, folks. 225 plus people at the meet and greet. Once again, I'm knackered. I went for 4.5, almost 5 hours. I did selfies. I answered questions. Many of the questions are questions I've already answered many times, but there were so many new people there. There were a couple OGs. I had somebody that said to me, Chris, my husband said, where did Chris's channel go? Only the OGs would know about that. That'd be 2021 when that disappeared. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You can tell those people to fuck off. That's right. You can give them the bugger off bunny. Hello. Hello. Say hello to my little friend. This is a gift from the first refugee on her way to the United States. Yeah, bugger off bunny. That was a gift yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I conducted an interview with one of the first refugees at an undisclosed location somewhere under the brick and steel of a modern building somewhere in Pretoria. That video is embargoed until that person is safely arrived in the United States. Once that person has arrived safely in the United States, I will release that video. I also did another video, and maybe I should bring that in now and release it because they're on their way, but I'm holding off. So, good evening, everyone. Grace, thank you for your 10 Rand 49. I appreciate that. Yes, so, what is this, Trump what? You, Trump, don't play it. That's right. Trump, homie, don't play that. That's right. Homie, don't play that. That's right. Trump, promises made, promises kept. Let me get up with the chat with people in the stream. Then I got to show you all these gifts, folks. He gave me some really sweet, lovely gifts today. Major kudos and thanks out to Willem Duckett. Willem Duckett organized the meet and greet today. And also to Chris Ehlers from yesterday doing such a fantastic job at Opie Plus. We had 250, 300 yesterday. I'll go with the high-end estimate. We had at least 225 today. That's 525 people in 2 days in Pretoria. Folks, this is my hometown. You ask me why I love Pretoria? Because Pretoria seems to like me. Always love this town. I love the geographical layout. I love the fact you can speak English, Afrikaans, or Tswana here. It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's a fantastic place. So anyway, yeah, epic. 525 at least tuned in for that. I'm now at 770 plus another 500 is 1270. Over 1,300 people have attended meet and greets, and we've got at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 more meet and greets in the Western Cape coming up. Thank you all for it. If you saw me yesterday or especially today, you'll know that I was very emotional. Tried to cover it when I said Mother's Day, my mom passing, and that I'd never grieved, and there was a little bit of truth to that, but it was really just the emotional moment because I knew that Afrikaners we're at the airport and we're preparing to load up. If you see the photograph you saw in the thumbnail, that's from the airport. That's from ENCA. So I'm just reporting what the news reported. No state secrets being revealed here. Not that I had privy to any state secrets. But folks, it is unbelievable. Promises made, promises kept. Trump warned the world that we would have tariffs for people that mistreated America on trade. Done and dusted. Trump threatened the countries of Denmark for failing to patrol the Arctic waters. Denmark caved and is spending $939 million to buy 3 frigates to patrol the Arctic Sea, which they've neglected for the past 50 years. Finally stepping up to the plate because Trump made them do it. Just like the NATO countries stepped up to the plate and finally contributed 2% of their GDP to defense after Trump forced their hand. Trump threatened Panama to not let the Chinese communists take over the Panama Canal, which we lost 30,000 lives building, and Jimmy Carter gave away for $1. Reprobate. The Chinese companies are no longer involved. Trump also put tariffs on Colombia for refusing to accept criminal alien invader, pedophiles, murderers, and rapists who were sent back there after they approved the flight. They caved. The threat of tariffs when you're the big dog do work. UK has agreed to a trade agreement. Boom. But who is not there, ladies and gentlemen? There are no trade representatives from who else? but the Republic of South Africa. No one is there negotiating with the Trump administration for a bilateral deal. They are going to leave South Africans screwed, blued, and tattooed till Sunday. You are going to suffer with the 31% tariff regime because they are too arrogant to send someone to Washington, D.C. to negotiate a deal. I don't know who they think can come to the rescue. Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Russia, India, China. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Anyway, folks, let me get back to the chat here. Belinda, Willy de Witt, Chris Ehlers is here. Liz Wheeler Bluff, Vilma Erasmus, Denise Smuts. There are black people here say that has video on YouTube saying they're going to hunt us. Well, send me the links and I will turn them over to the authorities. That is a terroristic threat. And those people, if they're putting that on YouTube, then we will report them to the authorities and we'll have them promptly arrested for their criminal action. That is a threat to your safety. That is a criminal act in the United States, in every single state in the country. Whoopa Cup, welcome to you. Susan Custer, Keith Alderson, later PM. Anthony Myers says, very emotional moment tonight. Not even going to the office tomorrow, working from home, but so I can watch updates on Fox News. Well, stay tuned for updates from Chris Wyatt, okay? Golda Krug, according to the one guy, also news, said this was the only group. That guy? Meet my little friend, the bugger off bunny. Well, Golda, what have they gotten right so far? What have they gotten right so far? What has the media gotten right about any of this stuff? What? Even when I've informed them of my analysis, which has been on the money, what have they gotten right? Nothing. Nothing. No interest. Nobody's ever going. It's all political ploy. No one's going. Even if no one else goes, Trump has proven them all to be chumps. Trump has proven them all to be chumps. That's right. Okay, so Chris Ehlers, thank you for organizing yesterday's meet and greet. It was a wonderful pleasure to meet you, Chris. So glad to have seen you. Kobus Farie, Wesley de Killer, Chris Stander, Amazon Texas, welcome to you. Elmarie Michelle Heath, good evening to you. Venezia Rind, welcome to you. Gerd Gillitz, du alte Knabe, na wie geht's? Ich bin noch nicht sicher. Morgen Abend. Ist es ja möglich, morgen Abend etwas im Eimer am Abend zu machen, ungefähr 18 Uhr oder vielleicht 18:30 Uhr. Du musst das eigentlich ausprüfen, ob die morgen am Montags geöffnet sind. Ja, ich will dir also keine Treffung, kein Meet and Greet, wenn wir nicht sicher, dass also dieses Restaurant, das Brauerei geöffnet ist am Montag. For those of you who don't know, that was a message to Garrett to check on the Im Eimer in Somerset West to see if it's actually open tomorrow night. Ingrid Neal. By the way, it's going to be a huge imposition for me, but I'm loving my peeps in South Africa, and we're going to do it if we can. I got lots of news today. Today saw a chiropractor today, and he broke my bones and put me back in shape. I'm still in pain, but a major improvement. At least my gait is fixed for the moment. My hip girdle was out of alignment, majorly out of alignment. It was causing a multitude of problems, and he snapped me back into shape. So thank you, Doc. I do appreciate that. Had a nice hand. He did touch me on the bum, but I wasn't traumatized by it. Just want to share that up front. He did touch my bum. Sorry, that's from the IT crowd. Oh my goodness, that was a great episode of the IT crowd. He did touch my bum. Anyway, Wobbly, welcome to you. Well, maybe you should go to sleep. Maybe you should go to sleep. Oh, you are going to sleep. You're going to sleep. Okay, good night, Wobbly. Thanks for being here. The thing of nouns, Bulula Wegemont, Virtual Western Cape, not been following your news. Big day, yes, the first refugees were supposed to depart a couple hours ago now. Is there a group from South African contacts in America to help with orientation? Diana Thompson, there's no need for South African contacts. We pay billions of dollars to non-government organizations to help you adjust to life in America, to get you settled, and we get sponsors for you. That's how the program works. I've been only talking about this for God knows how long on this channel now, since February 7th, 2 hours after Trump announces, and so far we've hit it now on the head. So yeah, Madeline's wishing to the mothers. Yep. Good evening to Yell Tapper, Pat Newman, Flow Tech Limited, and then HH praying for these families going over. This is a big responsibility on them. The stress is a lot on them. Yes, that's right. That's why those who open their big mouth should be ashamed of themselves, because the news crews showed up at the airport to intimidate these people, and thankfully none of them bit. I'm sad and angry because we are made out to be lying, undeserving, and living in a dreamland, neo-Nazi brothers. What's today's comments on these channels? Ignore them, Antoinette. Ignore them. Your last laugh, if you're going to be a refugee, will be to be living in America while these sad sacks are back here with no electricity, rampant crime, murder, rape, pillaging, and collapsing infrastructure and business. So who gets the last laugh? Jacob Basson. Yeah, there's a few trolls, Alma. Even the farthest journey starts with a small step. These are a few of our first step. Yep. Verna Kurtz, good evening to you. Mila and Mom, hello to you both. Jana, Y'all Tapper, great song, Voice of an Angel. Aviation Fanatic, who you apply to interview? Well, you don't apply. All you can do at this point that we know of is express your interest by sending an email to the PRM. I've only said this 18 billion times in this channel. I see a lot of new people here tonight. Thank you for joining us. You just listen to what's said here. Go to the PRM email. One of my mods, please put the email in there because I bet you tonight they're going to get several hundred emails. Even the farthest journey start. Okay, got that. Rakes, welcome back to you, Lindy Donhauser. Been waiting all day to hear from Chris. Well, I've been busy all day, and it's been quite a busy day. It's a Sunday. Let me get through the chat, and I'll say Lynette, or I'm going to miss a few people here. Line in the Sand is in from Vodentoke. How's it going? Ingrid Neal, welcome to you. Furry Toes, I wouldn't advertise that, man. Primal Boar, Valerie von Vike, when does this hero of our sleep? The Centurion's sun was rather harsh today. I have sunburn on one side of my face. Well, I have it all over my face, but thank you. Garrett, 1 week in Josie, and I witnessed 2 deaths. Oh, that's horrible, Garrett. Magda Bradenham, Petruse, good evening to you. Alexandra GR8, waiting to be bated breath. Okay, but beta would be B-A-I-T, beta breath. Okay, Kai, welcome to you. Betty Khan Fenta, welcome to you. Arentia Shepard-Kruger, Jane, Johann Barkhuis, and Einer. Einer was under the impression that this process was not yet open. Well, it's not. It's not. You're obviously not paying attention, Einer. I've only devoted endless hours to explain what I believe to be a proof of concept situation in which first they had to test it out. We don't do in-country refugee status very often, and therefore there's probably very few people at the State Department that had to do this properly. Therefore, they had to test it out, and they also had to make the case for why these people had to come over. They've done so, and now people are headed over, the first batch. I don't know if and when the next batch will go, but because there's no application that we know of, send your interest to the embassy, to the PRM email. Very emotional, says Chantel, through their people. Okay, God blessings. Virtual Western Cape, negativity and propaganda to be expected. Exactly. We warned you about this. It's what the media. That's why I did not disclose who was in touch with me, when they were leaving, what they're supposed to. By the way, they're supposed to leave a week ago, this first batch. But people ran their mouths and jeopardized their safety, and therefore the flight was canceled. There's your big secret. I knew they were supposed to leave a week ago, but everything got screwed because people were big freaking yaps. So there you go, folks. Big gaps. Well, they finally got out tonight, May 11th, Mother's Day. Heidi Roberts say, Skalk Loopser, Douglas Masuku. Long live the four-tracker Totsines. Okay. Charmaine Peacock is here. Alexander already said. Reg Dodd, welcome to you. I don't know what's going on with that Zoom session. You'd have to look at the email and look at the metadata to see if it's real. That was my first question. When we first started seeing emails come from the embassy, I had forensic IT guys look at it, and I looked at it. I'm not a forensics guy, but I do know a bit about mail servers and how MAP and MP3, not MP3, POP3 and other things work. So we had them look at it, and we determined that it was best estimate it was legit. So I'd have to see that email about it. Derek Gower, welcome to you. At last, are people getting away from? Yep. All right. Something doesn't feel right. What doesn't feel right, Danson Reviews? What doesn't feel right? Maybe you should take your shoes off, kick back, and do a little cow foot soaking. Okay, sad, but we have no other choice. Keith Alderson in from the UK, being a charter flight. I trust the folks are going to have. Yeah, they got flexibility. Did you see how many bags they had, folks? you don't get 4 or 5 suitcases per person. I don't know if that was 4. I think because there were kids there, but you don't get that many bags on a commercial flight. So these guys really got a good deal. G Sawyer's here. Wendy, welcome, Wendy. And Jaretha, I missed hearing this song. It's so beautiful, bringing me to tears. Sad the Afrikaners at this point of living. Yeah, it is sad. I was choked up today. When you see the video that I recorded earlier today, knowing what was going to happen, I recorded it in Mahalisburg when I went out to the informal settlement there in Philadelphia. So I recorded a video and I was really emotional. So anyway, I clipped a little piece out because I didn't want to be too embarrassed. Freedom Doritos says Oracle Wyatt that predicts and speaks truth. Good evening to you. PT Brits, Pierre Rousseau, good evening to you. Leon is back. Hey, good to see you, Sonic Boom. Peter Pumpkin Eater. Wendy, I'm going to jump ahead here. Real Wesley Smith. Daniel, Wild Bear Prepper. Garrett says, Happy Mother's Day. Johan Barkhuizen. I got to jump ahead, folks. We got to get through the stuff that's going on here. Call you just before bed. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Leah Menard's here. Hey, Leah, how's it going? Crystal Menard. Werner Silliers. J.M. Wolford. Okay, there's a super chat from Team Fenta. Thank you, Team Fenta. Also gave me a gift the other day. Wishing the first group of guys all the best. Feeling very emotional, says Golda Kruger. Stella 4. And then Gideon Ruiz gave the 500 yen super chat. Thank you for that. It's correct, G. Sawyer. The group of people who believe that singing Kill the Boer is acceptable now mad that Afrikaners are leaving because they don't want to be killed. Yep. Moby Thick, welcome to you. All right, let me jump ahead a little bit. Miss Puma's here. Good to see you again. J-Bot, Daniel, Walter Potter. My mom was just in South Africa and didn't even know about the refugee program. Yeah, well, it's because they're hiding it. How do you apply for refugee status? Well, aviation fanatic, there is no method to apply at the moment. I've already mentioned it several times this broadcast. Probably before, well, no, it was 10 minutes. Maybe I said after that. You send an email to the PRM address at the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria. It's on their website. My moderators can post it here. And then you get an automated reply and you wait until they have an application. That's how it works. So it's very sad if people even understand. Yep. One of the only countries that cheer people leaving for the wrong reason. Exactly. Okay, what else you got here? Yeah, the moderator team does a good effort here. Yakut Swanepoel, well, Colonel plowed through the coffee. Way to go. All right, let me jump. There's Grace with the super chat. Thank you for that. What was that? Some Chinese stuff here? You got a troll? Let me see. Mainstream media there tonight showing faces of these people. Isn't that a form of doxing? Is all refuse to comment? No, well, it's misbehavior. It's morally questionable, but they are in a public space. They have no expectation of privacy. But knowing what can happen to these people and their families and people left behind, it is irresponsible journalism to show their faces like that. But their faces were already out there. That's why I published the photograph. It's not a secret. I didn't do that initially. How do these people get allowed to be the first to travel without you knowing, just asking? Without me knowing? Because I don't work for the government. Why would I know? But I did know. I did know. And when you see the interview, that will be released after they've safely arrived in America. Because if there's a mechanical problem, they have to come back. I'm not going to reveal the video exposing the name and the visage of the person whom I interviewed. But rest assured, you're going to want to watch that 45-minute interview. You are going to want to watch that 45-minute interview. So, Peter, I'm in no position to be told. I've only been told because I've proven to be a trustworthy, honest, objective reporter, an analyzer, and commentator, and people trusted me, and they reached out to me. I don't know if this has been asked, mentioned, do anything about this ship. What's this? Nobody's sailing to America. Where are you getting this from? All kinds of rumors are going to start now. Oh, China stopped South African beef exports due to foot and mouth disease. Okay, thank you. That's crazy. Sitting here in tears, realizing the truth of how our country had been destroyed, and it's better to leave. Thank you for everything, Chris. You don't know how much. Yeah. No, people told me that today. A gentleman wouldn't let go of my hand. He was almost in tears, almost brought me to tears, thanking me. Look, folks, I would love to take credit for doing these things, but President Trump finally made the decision to do the right thing, which didn't happen in his first term. And the right thing is to recognize the Afrikaners, the people. He did that. Whether the refugee thing is right or not is a different story, but I just try to bring you the truth as best I can. And there it is, the PRM email Willie put in there. Okay, Leo Faree, welcome to Candace Stridham. Excuse me. Donnie Cook, welcome to you. No, I don't put in milk in condensed milk. I've got a bit of a stomach thing. I think it came from the bubblegum milkshake that I had. Kind of upset my stomach, I think. And so I'm drinking rooibos tea. Virtual Western Cape. AC hate us intensely. They hate us leaving. They hate that we're leaving. Yeah, exactly. Bulks, you can't put in the moderators. It isn't up to the moderators. It's up to YouTube. You cannot place a URL in here unless you are a moderator or you're the content creator. We don't need that. The South African government can't vet you. They have no right to vet you. If the South African government attempts to vet refugees, then they're impinging on our sovereignty. And it's time for us to squawk about people impinging on sovereignty. The vetting process is our process. They have no say in it, no role in it. They have no role in it whatsoever. They do not choose who gets to go and who doesn't get to go. The U.S. government decides that. So I will show the people who claim that they can do that in the South African government, my friend, the bugger off bunny. There he is. There she is. There's my friend, the bugger off bunny. They have no say. No say. Now, they can stop you at the airport. They're a sovereign nation. Different story. But they have nothing to do with the vetting. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They can go sit on it and rotate. If Pantene says they'll be okay. Yeah, people ask me today what I use in my hair. It's Pantene. History in the making. That's right. This made the hope skyrocket. Thank you for the 140 Rand super chat there. Barbara Harrison. Oh, Barbara Harrison. Okay, thank you for 140 Rand super chat. Gerhard van Rooyen, Flying Safari. Welcome. Becoming a member. Yeah, Cyril Ramaphosa hasn't had much to say, has he? Yes, the news reporters have long faces and sour grapes. Yeah, that's right. Save South Africa. We're trying. Family are divided on relocation. It's tough and it's a sad situation. I'm sure many people here have the same problem, don't want to leave family. Well, real Wesley Smith, this will break families apart. Maybe even divorces. But you have to do what's right for you. And as long as you don't show up on my lawn, we're going to be in good stead. Right. Cornelia, welcome to. I don't know if that's Dr. Groenewald. I haven't talked to Dr. Groenewald in a few weeks. I was trying to schedule an interview, but it's been tough. No longer an automated reply from Victoria Mail. People have indicated to me they probably turned off automatic replies. It may have been taxing the server. And sir, credit should go out to you. Also, the amount of hours that you're investing in bringing us the trust and valuable office. You're very welcome, Valerie. I definitely have invested a lot of hours, but it's not just for this situation, for reporting the news and bringing you the truth. Chris, when I saw you yesterday, you looked as if you had some bad news, and your comment here at 10:29 this evening concerns me. Ladies and gentlemen, if folks could you have some thoughts and prayers for Chris Ehlers. Obviously, there's a serious health issue here. Chris, I'm glad that if that is the case, I'm not glad it's the case, but I'm glad that if it is the case and that is going to happen, that I had a chance to meet you in person before it happens. I'll treasure that. Pietro Tagliari, I did help them a lot. The PRM email is in the chat more than once already. The PRM, no, they didn't loosen up my bowels. There was nothing in my stomach until I had the milkshake. I haven't eaten since yesterday. The upside of those staffers can citizen back on returning will not tolerate. What's that? God bless Trump and his administration for everything they've done beyond words. Yeah, you're welcome. Here's the finger. Books, yeah. I'm sorry. It's not me. It's YouTube. They're the ones who control that. What do we got here? We got Barbara Harrison's, and we got, what's this? Oriental Cats, X-Platform is running amok with comments. Reality kicked in for some who wanted Afrikaners gone. Most thought it was a joke. Hope program kicks off quickly. Agree responsible journalists. Well, it's irresponsible on their part. So, yep. Tease the race on social media. They're happy to see the blackbacks. I asked them where their beloved KFC killing come from. Oh, that's messed up. Don't know where they land. Well, Sharon, yes, I do know where they land. It really doesn't matter. So I can tell you that because it's not going to affect anything. No one here can. They're landing in Washington, D.C. Libtards are getting what they voted for, living under terrorist rule. Yep. And to the leftists and the DA, welcome to your new reality. Welcome to your new reality. Sorry if this has been asking for any idea how long this program. No, no one has any idea. I would imagine for the length of Trump's presidency, at least. I have no idea. He's given no indication. Mohammed Musa, need Trump's phone number. Yeah, well, I need it too. Happy that you're here in South Africa, Colonel. Thanks, sir. You're welcome, Madeline. Ladies and gentlemen, the refugees have arrived in America before I have. Afrikaners will be welcoming me home when I go to America. I appreciate you, Chris. We need you as ambassador. Well, Brent Bozell will be your ambassador, not me, but maybe something else will happen. We'll see. Check News from Africa. They're talking about vetting and something else. Couldn't make out one thing they said. Okay. You poster that bunny and send it to the government. I really hope there is no cap. I also hope there's no cap. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to see people leave, but cap is a problem. Johanna Fanikak started to follow Chris on his rugby channel. All I asked was if there's people that can perhaps help with a donation. So I asked. I always feel safe. Johanna, help with a donation for what? It's okay. You can ask. I mean, it doesn't mean we'll take up the offer, but I mean, I'm sure what's it about. The South African government's an effing goat. It's astonishing how the NCA reported the airport and the host of the studio still denies persecution. Why it's an analysis. It's a correction of historical wrongs. Exactly. Correction of historical wrongs. They're just racist. If that's the argument that someone makes, that denying white people born after the end of apartheid bursaries to go to university despite getting a 98 on a matric and letting somebody with a 42 in because their skin color, if they believe that's appropriate, they're racist. They're racist. As simple as that. That's it. They're just flat out blatant racist. Willem Duckett, please mention someone lost his bank card at the meeting. It's safe with me. Yeah, but I don't know if it was it someone at the meet and greet or was it someone else at the restaurant. But Willem Duckett has a card. I don't recall the name. We called it out in the microphone and they must have left. DA are doing nothing to improve South Africa. Just keep kissing. Yep. How many refugees got accepted? Well, Zen Swan, the media reporting 49. The figure I had was slightly higher than that. Maybe they had some trouble or didn't show up at the airport. But the figure was a little bit higher than that for the first batch. Yeah. Okay, what else? Praying for safe journeys. Okay. Fabian Bridger. It sounds almost like South Africa is trying to implement more control on white Afrikaners leaving. This is accepting. Well, Newsroom Africa, we've already proven them. I mean, we saw their sourpuss reporter show up at my meet and greet yesterday, standing there going, like she was sitting there smelling shit. And after I found out that she's married to an EFF member, now I know why I said there aren't that many stupid South Africans. She didn't like that. It's too good, man. It's too funny. I found out she's married to an EFF member, black dude, and she got her nose screwed two ways to Sunday. All pissed off at what I said. So, well, I was right. There aren't that many stupid people in South Africa. We are so relieved there is an avenue for Afrikaners to be evacuated. Hopefully, it's the first flight out of many. Yes, Neo. I think a lot of people are hoping for that. But anyway. Sharon Vermaak, the flight to DC is between 14 and 16 hours, depending on the winds. Okay. Unless they must refuel somewhere. If they must refuel somewhere, it could take a longer time to get there. I don't know what kind of plane they have for the charter, and some planes are not big enough to fly all the way across. They have to refuel. I mean, I know that we used to fly to Senegal. When I came to Africa, I used to fly to Senegal to top off. And before that, we landed in the Canary Islands to top off. Understand about the sugar thing. I need to get you take... Huh? Who are you talking to? High fives for the Feel Like Scrap posting under my channel name. Okay. Thank you. Erica Suthi. Okay. Welcome to you. Oh, we were talking to Charles about his sugar. Sorry I was wrong for asking. I would rather rejoice with all the people that are going. Johanna van Niekerk, I don't remember you asking. I don't recall that. So, too cuddly. Is there a riot at the airport? No, because the EFF didn't know about it. Would be interesting to know how many employees have lost their jobs from just this first flight of job creators leaving the country. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dropping a bucket. Yeah, well, be just like they confiscated the farms of Zimbabweans and then they 650,000 jobs evaporated overnight. You should come to visit South Coast before you leave. Well, I will be on the South Coast. I'm headed to Stanford. I watched your interview with Katarina Essa was absolutely extraordinary. You're very fortunate to meet her. Yeah, no, Justice, I was very fortunate to meet her. I've been waiting for 3 years. She's 92. But the problem, though, folks, is as I always said to the 1,524 people currently here, people ask me why I make bad news stories about South Africa. Well, because it's a lot of bad news. Why don't you do positive news stories? I do positive news stories. Y'all don't watch it. Let me just take a quick look at this and I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. So I did both those videos. So let me go to my videos. And the video that I did yesterday about South Africa's foreign ministry making claims about the refugee program, 52,000 views. The video I did about Katrina Asal, 3,600. Not even a tenth of the views. So, please make good video. No, people don't watch it, but I appreciate 3,000 people watch it. That was really awesome. Good evening, Chris. I didn't send that to her. I need to do that now, actually. Shoot. God bless it. I was so busy today, I didn't get around to that, but I need to send it to Claudia so she can see it. That was very lame of me. So, shareable link. I need to send it to Claudia, our granddaughter. Okay. All right, so that's been sent now. I took care of that. It's not too late. Last night was too late. All right, thank you for watching that video. I hear that America is getting ready for the Rugby World Cup. Yeah, we have the Rugby World Cup coming up. Okay, my chat is acting up again. Here we go. Flying Board gave $5. I'm very disappointed that you are not there to welcome Southern refugees. What are you still doing in South Africa? I'm still doing my job, folks. I'm reporting on the news. I'm interviewing people. I'm meeting people. I'm explaining things to people. And I'm experiencing South Africa and the hospitality of South Africans. Read a comment on YouTube that said if President Trump term comes in, refugees from South Africa can be sent. That's false. That's false. False, 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 false. You can only be sent back if you defraud the U.S. government by lying or committing fraud. You can be sent back in order to get your refugee status. And number two, if the underlying conditions that led to your refugee status are resolved. Do you think that 140 plus racist laws will be removed? Do you think that the hateful, shameful, kill the Boer, murderous, thuggery songs will stop? Do you think that people will be held accountable for their racism and bigotry against minorities? Do you think that farm attacks will stop? Do you think that women being targeted for gang rape because they're white, do you think that's going to stop? Well, if all that stops, then maybe you'll be asked to go home. But the bottom line here, Nina, is whoever's talking that cock doesn't know what they're talking about. Refugees never go home. They never go home. Almost none ever go home. Liberians were given a special 3-year permission to come to America in 1990. That's 35 freaking years ago. They're still there. They never left. Every time it comes up, oh, please, let us stay longer. Please, let us stay longer. They don't become Americans. No. But they want to milk our economy and get rich. Not sending that money to Liberia to fix it, then demanded Congress send $35 million here, $50 million there to fix Liberia. It's their problem. They made it. And we let them stay in America for 35 years. You're not getting sent back. It doesn't matter whether Trump's president or not. Once you have the status, unless you've committed fraud or the underlying conditions change, no one can ask you to leave. It's as simple as that. Although I did a good job copying facial expressions. Well, the problem, Flying Board, is that I didn't know when these people were going to be sent over, and this trip was planned in advance. Quick trek, let's go. Feather lemon juice, that's good. Skycat Tiger, welcome to you. Good evening, Colonel. Watch your interview with Katrina. I already got that. What's going on here? Fabian Bridger gave 5 memberships. Thank you for that, Fabian. Congratulations for your 60th birthday, Chris. You're younger than I am. We'll assist you to go over. Perhaps the Colonel's moderators can paste the links where it's explained. I don't know what you're talking about there, Coach. It was really nice meeting you today, says Esther. Yes, it was a pleasure meeting all of you guys today. Where can you buy our books? Well, I asked and they weren't very clear about it. So I'm going to check again. Angelo, Chris, keep telling the truth. People need to know what a shithole they have created. I'm trying. I think we're all going to be tuned in for your refugee interview tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that thing hits a 500,000. That'd be cool. They can't discriminate against your religion, so yes, they will accept Christians. Who can't? What are you talking about? Who's discriminating against religion? Giving away some memberships. Please carry on with your membership after the first month. It's worth the wonderful work. Thank you so much for that, Fabian. I absolutely love your interview with Omar. Thank you, Sandra Hannekam. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? Written any books lately? How you doing, Sandra? It's good to see you there. Is this Telegram group legit that Hendo is sending? Mandy, if my moderators are sending you groups, then they're legit. It's my Telegram group, I assume he's sending. Skycat Tiger says, no, no, no. What are you saying no to? Relaxing Positive Energy. Got to meet him. Yep, met my favorite Colonel. 1010 experience. It's cool for 3 seconds. Then the fanboy so hard, I almost asked him to sign my forehead. I did sign somebody's jersey. How long did you guys need to wait for a response to your email? Thousands of threats on X today. I must have blocked over 1,000 people. Wow, that's amazing. She's on her third marriage currently. Colonel Wyatt, the first one with the black guy didn't work out because it was too socially stressful, apparently. Oh, shame, shame, shame. But I can see why she's in a third marriage. What a sour puss that woman was. She's supposed to be an objective reporter, reporting the news, but no, she didn't want to do that. She was rude and disrespectful. First off, I didn't invite her. She never asked permission to record me, but she did. Why did I think in the interview that they said that they have not accepted receiving applications? Well, because they know what they're talking about. It's called propaganda scientific discovery. It's called lies and disinformation and misinformation. That's what it is. Mandy says, thank you. You're welcome, Mandy. How much time we have if you're allowed to go? Do you have time to sell or pack? I have none of those answers, Olga. Nobody knows those answers. But you better be ready if you do it. No one has those answers. The program hasn't been announced. Macron, Starmer, and Merritt got caught doing cocaine on the train. Are you serious? No way. That's got to be fake. Menno Parsons says, Chris, thank you for showing leadership, making a real positive difference. Have you had any problems or challenges with any leadership? Yes, I have. I've been threatened by politicians, or a politician in this country, for reporting the news, and I've had people threaten me. But the people who threaten you on social media, they're pussycats. People who really mean you harm don't threaten you on social media. Those are cowards. Those things might pause after the dust settles. Exactly. Professor G. What did Professor G do? Come on, YouTube. Oh, wow. Look at all the stuff came after that. Good Lord. I'm way behind the chat here, folks. There it is. Okay. Professor G in the last post talked about the possibilities of government closing the borders for refugees. I've said that all along. I said we have no control over what they do. My comment, if they do that, they're going to piss Trump off. And you really don't want to escalate this, Pretoria. You really don't want to escalate this. People leave this country every day on their own volition and move abroad and abandon South Africa, go to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, France, Japan, USA. They do it every day. So if you target those refugee status, you're in violation of international norms. You become a pariah state. And every option is now on the table. Every option becomes on the table should they do that. But there's other ways they can frustrate you. Home affairs, passports, unabridged birth certificates. Yeah, lots of things they can do. So, yeah, it's something to be considering. Anthony Meyer, thank you for membership. Liz, do you take the paperwork to the interview? Jade said wait about a month. Okay. Horse with no name, 11 euros. Thank you for that. Thank you for a super chat. Fig tree 350 rand. Great, Colonel. You'll have breakfast with me tomorrow. Thank you. Indian Canada are very persecuted in the KZN Daily. That's true. Esther Duvall, 35 rand. Thank you for that. Wilhelm Lehmann. Boy, that's very German. Welcome to you as Master and Commander. Vielen Dank. Das ist ja aber nett von euch. Von Ihnen. Euch, we can say. White Ngoma farmer killed this morning. Jeez. Is it easy to drive on the right hand side? It's very easy, Sharon. It's the normal way. It's the correct way to drive on the right. It's easy, very easy. You do realize that this settlement plan as well. A lot of South Africans will go to the USA, and I can tell those who will suppress this, it's not going to be good news for them. We are on work visas until December. Do you think we can still express interest? I would, if I were you, Sharice. I would express interest and then fly back to South Africa to take your interview. I'd put the money in if I were you. I'm in Holland, and thanks for your work so far for my people, but so close. Afrikaners have huge supportive communities. Hey, thank you, Horse with No Name. When do you think next? I have no idea when the next flight may be. No idea. No idea. This was a pilot project, in my view, a proof of concept. And once they land and they get processed, that'll be the proof that it works. If you are there and the situation change, you will still be able to become American citizen. Sonic Boom is so ready, okay? Cat's hunting something. Well, it's not for good, Theo Appelgren. You become American citizen, you can travel anywhere you want. Retha Swart, I know how they notify you, and it will be revealed in the video that's coming tomorrow. Okay? It will be revealed. Media flaps the hate comments. Yeah, well, these are people, Valerie from Vike, who should be taken to South African Human Rights Commission, but they won't be. They're over Habaroni now. No. Are you tracking the flight? Are you tracking the flight, Voldy? Well, if they're over Habaroni, then they left late. They were supposed to leave at 8 o'clock. Your drivers, oh my God, Jason, does anybody watch my content? Does anybody watch my content? How many times have I talked about driver's license? Your driver's license will work, but it's only good for the maximum amount of time that a state allows people who are resident to have an outside license. Most places, that's 60 days. You get there, you have to go get a proper driver's license from the state you reside in. Simple as that. Henry now, how you doing there? How's Formula One? Jennifer, thanks for being here. Karen von der Westhuizen. Tech IQ, my two uncles and aunt were killed in front of me. I was stabbed twice and shot twice. No one ever talked about that. Those criminals are probably still walking free. Tech IQ, I'm so sorry to hear that. Bobby B, we do have new folks headed to America. Yep. Flight has been delayed slightly. Well, if they're over Habaroni count, can it be delayed? Myself, my kids so badly want to go, but I still no answer back. Email we sent. Okay. No worries, Jason. I'm just saying I've said that so many times. Immensely proud of this group embarking. These people are courageous. Takes immense courage and profound love for your children, providing them a fresh start. You're right, Beulah Line. That's what I said. And you'll hear that in my interview when it's released, after they're safely in America. Unlike the irresponsible journalists in this country, I have not revealed my source, my interviewee. I have not revealed anything about that person until that person is safely in America. That's the difference between cockprot media and real caring journalists. Watch the Colonel's content. That's good. I like that. You're welcome, Tech IQ. People weren't paying attention before, Colonel. Now that they know it's real, they're paying attention. Emails and questions be rolling in. Yep. Yeah, a bunch of Johnny-come-latelys ignoring my stream and listening to the Cockprot 24 clowns and all the other scamsters and shysters and losers out there. Well, maybe folks will find their way here now. There are 80,000 people interested in reclaiming the USA, and they're moving 60% of the time. It might take, oh, good God, Kobus. Let's see, why are you wasting people's time with this nonsense? Why are you wasting people's time? Moving 60 people at a time. How many people fly on a commercial flight? An A380 can handle how many people? 600. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Emirates can fly 600 people to America right now. 60. No, stop. How many flights a day can fly? Lots of flights can fly. Every time I land in the United States at Dulles from Europe, there's at least a dozen planes landing from Amsterdam Schiphol, from Paris Charles de Gaulle, from London Heathrow, from London Gatwick, from Frankfurt, from Rome, from all over Europe, landing all at the same freaking time at Dulles and dumping 5,000 or 6,000 people out of planes. Dude, come on, stop. That's a ridiculous comparison. You don't know the circumstances. You don't know what's going on. So that's not really helpful. What could take a long time is the ability of them to process people. We don't know how many people work in the State Department. We don't know how much effort and time and energy they put into it. That could make things go slow. But planes are not a big deal. Airlines are desperate to make money. They'll make planes available. Oh, you love the interview with the Bosman lady. Okay. Well, thank you for complimenting my Afrikaans, Etienne. I think the more impressive part is I understood what was being said for the most part, but her Afrikaans is clear. Okay. Seeing as the program is already different in many ways, do you think there will be a difference with placements? Well, citizenship timeline doesn't change, Comric. It's set by law. And placements is done by policy. It's not going to change most likely. Yep, they're the 4 trackers. It's the third great trek, which you'll hear in my interview. Very exciting seeing people leaving for the U.S. Chris, my sincere thanks for all you're doing to keep us updated. If you bump into Trump, yeah, well, man, to Delport. By the way, at the meet greet today, people came from Delmas in Pumalanga to come to this meet greet. My sincere thanks for them coming. Wow. When I was in Uppington, we had people from Richards Bay come all the way to Uppington. Man, people come so far. It's so amazing. Colonel, if possible, please interview a few of the lucky 30 in a week or two. I think the people, all of whom I help, aren't going to do anything for me. They won't reach out. They'll go. They'll forget me. But one person will not forget me, and I'm grateful for that. Anyway. CESS would be CESS, Moras, CESS. Yep. Today was not the last meet and greet, Jean-Nel, but it's the last one in the Highfeld. I'm out of here. There might be one at the Eimer tomorrow if Garrett can confirm whether they're open or not. It'll be a short notice one, so I don't know. We might not do it. And Tuesday there'll be one at Bolt Revere. Wednesday one in Stanford, and Thursday one in Gordons Bay or Somerset West, most likely. ANC said the refugee program should be monitored by the UN and they must be held in camps once they arrive. So, well, Mr. DeGraff, isn't it ironic that the ANC constantly whining about their sovereignty, impinging on their sovereignty? Who do they think they are to impinge on the United States sovereignty? Why must be people be kept in camps? Who said that? Why would somebody say you must be kept in a camp in America? What a dumbass idea. What an absolute dumbass idea. That's just more racism on top of all the other racism you have to deal with. Antoinette says, I will never forget you. Okay, Antoinette. Well, if you go to America, please let me know. What's your take on this? I sent you the News from Africa video. They state that we can apply a Department of Transport to get vetted. No, 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 no. You do not apply anything with the government of South Africa. That is kakprat. That is bullshit. I don't know where that came from. Do not do that. Do not do that. This is an American program administered, paid for, and implemented by the government of the United States to help people whose lives are in peril. Done and dusted, finishing Clar. You do not do anything with any other government or with the United Nations in this case. In other cases, you deal with the United Nations before you get to the U.S. Not in this case. Those people should have their media license pulled for lying to you. They're trying to set you up and expose you so you can be delayed, so you can be prevented from going somewhere. I don't want you to leave South Africa, but I'm not going to lie to you. You're being lied to. That's disinformation. Unbelievable. Well, Chris, I'm not going to go back and repeat everything I said for the last 57 minutes. You're going to have to watch from the beginning. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but it's a bit unfair of you to ask me to do this 58 minutes into this thing. Andrew Adnall, welcome to you. Yeah, U.S. government does everything. I'm worried about the international community complaining about Afrikaners getting favored by Trump. I don't really care what the international community thinks. If they want a cockprot, 50% tariffs, 100% tariffs. Screw them all. For 50 years, we've given refuge to people of all over the world. And when Trump brought Sudanese to America, he wasn't called a great humanitarian. When Trump brought Somalis to America, he wasn't called a great humanitarian. But the fucking moment we ask white people to come over being persecuted, suddenly it's a problem. You know what? Here's the bugger off bunny. That's not for my audience. That's for those turds out there. Why are white people not humans, you racist fucking pigs? You have nothing to do with the South African government on this offer. You don't talk to them. The number of Afrikaans speaking people will rise from the 44 that Charlize Theron said exist. Yeah. Local government has nothing to do or say about this process. All we need to do is be careful now because people who are against this will come. I have warned you, Werner. I've warned folks. I've warned you from the very beginning. Keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything to anybody. Express your interest. If you're given an offer, you want it, take it. You don't want it, don't take it. The more you run your mouth, the more you talk about it, the more people you tell about it, the more jeopardy you put. I don't think people understand what's going on. Go look at the comments in the videos and you'll see what's going on here. You will see the hatred, the racism, the bigotry, the anti-white, the anti-Christian and slime that is posted on YouTube, and nobody gets their content taken down for posting that. I don't understand why so few people do not understand operational security. The need to not run your mouth. BE's been amended. I hadn't seen that. You're going to buy 10 bunnies tomorrow. Nature's heaven. No, I'm not going to relax. I'm passionate about what I do. I care about people. Tswana, Sutu, Khoi, San, Afrikaners, Zulu, Xhosa. I'm not going to be calm. I'm not going to relax. People's lives are in peril. Everyone's life matters. And I will be passionate when I need to be passionate, when I feel the need to be passionate. Yeah, what the hell? The government hates us. They throw a hissy fit when you try to leave. Exactly. You're welcome, Lossel. Newsroom Africa. What is this? For clouding the issue by speaking to the Department of Transport spokesman, the guy stated SAPs could have vetted the people in terms of criminal cases. It's not their purview. You don't need a criminal clearance certificate from the government of South Africa. You don't need one. You also don't need all these other documents the Southern government gets. Beyond stitches get stitches. So true, says Bernice. Thank you, President Trump. You're just the man, with all the respect. Okay. Kurt says, sir, if you had bet on Southern future 10 over the next 10 years, where is money going? Well, that's a tough one, Kurt. If the government of national unity gets the hint, South Africa can survive and recover. Yeah, but I don't think they're listening. He's right. Don't talk. Leave the country. Go build the USA, and you feel immense pride again. You'll be free. Yep. Incognito mode activated. You're really starting like the bunny bug. It's the bugger off bunny, Anton. Just watch the news. People are leaving. Exactly. Don't want to be sabotaged. Keep quiet and keep your head down. Also, if you need police clearance certificate, tell them that you are applying for employment, and that's not a requirement. Do not tell them it's for a refugee program. You don't need a police clearance certificate. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need that. Done, dusted. Next question. Those landing in Tennessee avoid Memphis and Nashville, says Beth. Hey, Beth, what are you doing? For standing up for us Afrikaners, those boxes who try to bait you aren't worth your time. Yep. Michael says, I hope you realize how holy and great you are for people in desperate need of opportunity. I can't express in words how grateful I am for your mission. Thank you. Yep. Mensa, Yola, Munda, Sky. Okay. Well, zip it. Zip it. Zippity, zippity, zip, 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 zip. Zip. I'm down, Uncle. We love you. Dude, if you love me, then you understand that that is part of who I am. This racist hate against white Southerners going on more than 20 years now, just getting worse. Working at Bugger Off Bunny. I don't know. It was a gift. It was a gift. The ANC government watched their tax base leave, their human capital is leaving, their farming expertise is going out the window. Do you have any advice about what we can do to get the Afrikaner orphans out as well? Go adopt them and take them with you. Kelvin, Tableview, Cape Town. Okay, thank you, Kelvin. I've been at Cableview. Was there for the elections last year. Full Bikers is back. Janine Boydendog. Let's keep low profile. Don't make waves. Exactly. George Peterson, can we offer you a clip drift? No. Dude, why do people think I'm stressed, man? Gosh, you really don't know how to read the room. Marius Rents. We managed to escape South UK on ancestral visa 6 years ago. Desperately wanted to move to the US, but just didn't have the means. Sacrifice half your wealth. T. Pinar, 70 Rand, thank you for that 70 Rand super chat. Flip Faraday, it's too good to be true. In other countries, government actually gives a hoot. Would love to see the news when we get one plane full of Afrikaners a week leaving. Go for it, sir. It would. The world needs passionate people. Yep. New Hampshire also has no income tax and no sales tax, but they have massive property tax. So you gotta get at the whole story. Here's Cyril's under investigation for fraud. Really? By Doge? I don't know. Brother Louis, some comments I read talk about a group of Afrikaners taking tests to break through gravity tech. What? No idea what you're talking about. Why are people worried about us leaving? Exactly. Heinrich Havanga, welcome to Imagine. Okay. Never figure out how the racist haters are so threatened by such a small percentage of the population. Because they're cowards. They need a target. Yes, New Englanders can be rather brash, but they're good people too. There might be a roadblock in the runway. The two clowns that hate the trolls online are physical cowards. Yep. Valerie says, I can just imagine emotions of unknown that wait your fellow South Africans. Yeah, you'll see that in the interview. When I publish the interview, you'll see that'll be part of the talk. Okay, let me talk about some of the stuff I got today. We're going to lose a bunch of people now. I'll talk more about the refugee stuff here in a little bit, folks. Don't run off on me. Let me see how many people we got. We got how many people here? Why does it not tell me how many people are here? It doesn't tell me how many people are here. What's that all about? Should tell me how many people are here. That's odd. Huh. Did they change something in YouTube? 1.5. Thank you. I'm not seeing it here. Thank you guys for that. Okay, 1.5 thousand. Okay, so don't run off. I won't show you the bugger off bunny. Hopman, £5. Thank you. USA can dump a bunch of us in the desert. Thank you for helping us out with the truth. You're very welcome. Love all of you on this channel, but we don't know the ANC. Okay. Broke the chat limit. Did I break the chat limit? Okay, so today, Bri, therefore I am. I got these socks. Thank you for that. Very kind. This is from Willem Duckett. Duckett wine. Look at that, folks. That's pretty cool. Got a story on the back. The story, history of it. Good night to you, Johanna van Niekerk. This is lovely. It's a little gift for me there. Check that out. Some sweets. Very generous people. It's not necessary, but I'm very grateful. Some rooibos. Yep. Some more sweets. Big bucket of sweets. Doing all this stuff. Got a mug here. That's the Rugby World Cup champions, and it's since I'm left-handed, it works on that side, not just that side. Very kind of you. This is a nice gift from the gentleman who wrote this book. He used to work at the U.S. Embassy. DS Special Agent Hunter McCallum by Skulk Fundamental. And Skulk says, it's an absolute honor to share this humble novel with you. Your passion, wisdom, and tireless efforts to inform and inspire others, especially through your incredible YouTube channel, have made a lasting impact on so many others. This book is my small way of saying thank you much for all the good you do. Truly hope you enjoy the story. Skulk Fundamental. Thank you, Skulk, for the book. Very kind of you. So what else we got here? There's a few other things, but I don't want to get everything over here. So here's a card I was given today. And this card says, Chris, Colonel, thank you for all that you do for us here in South Africa. Thank you for being our voice. You're loved by many. By many South Africans. Give us hope, clarity on the journey that awaits. Take good care of yourself, Valerie and Franz von Dyke. Thank you for that. And for the hater contribution that was stuffed inside of it. I appreciate that as well. Yep. Yep. Thank you so much for that. Here's another one. This was lovely too. This is really cool. So this is a gift. Excuse me. So understanding, commitment, resilience, speaking truth for freedom. I don't like the glasses. I don't usually wear glasses. So Journalist Award, Colonel Chris Wyatt. This is really lovely. Thank you. Handmade with love. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So thank you for that. It's very kind of you. So a couple more cards here. People are very nice, kind, and generous today. Thank you so much. What else? This here. This is this is from Hert and Leo Vinjansa from Rensburg. Thank you for all you do for support South Africa and the Cater contribution. Thank you for that. That's from yesterday. A couple more little things here. Cards for gifts for some of the gifts there. With gratitude, Harry and Homilies Swanepoel. Thank you so much. Dear Colonel, because you are also a Boer. That's nice. Thank you for that. Anyway, it's a beautiful handmade card. Yep. Right. ANC already blamed the internet. They want to come after podcasters, but as usual, they're too stupid to know how. Difficult to adopt any child, but it would be more difficult to adopt an orphan white child, especially now. Sorry to hear that, legal alien. South Africa's a Belgian Congo rerun, slow motion 60s. Yep. Not laughing anymore, are they? Yep. Gerda says, Chris, are we allowed to take some food stuff with us? You can't take biltong and Doorvorst to America. That said, I've done it before. I didn't know it was prohibited. Hey, Lenny, thanks for the hug. You're welcome, Benjamin Garika. Chronicles of the Jackals. You might be over the pond, but you're still my family. Cool. Marisa Smut, South Africans will be mastering the art of running a company of 49 people. Hey, Wills, to those who think we're safe as how to just research what the Jews thought in 1930s. Yep. It's possible for a 50-year-old family man to restart his life. Of course it is. People do it all the time, Francois. Do it all the time. Need more Republicans, but I won't lie, it's mostly Democrats in New England. Yep. Constitutional carry in New Hampshire. Yeah, New Hampshire is where my radio show is based out of Nashua. Well, thank you, creativeness. Very kind of you. They're worried about Afrikaners leaving because once there aren't any left, they will start beating and devouring the next minority group. Yep. That man. For 81,000, you're going to trim your beard. No, Rakes. We said I already trimmed my beard. It's already been trimmed. I cleaned it up in Joburg at Santon City. I got a haircut too. And they gave me kind of a hard man look. The hair was up here like this. Remember that first day I had a haircut? It was all jacked up in the air like that. Anyway, how often do you think these flights... Theodorus, I have no idea. There's no way to possibly know that unless you work in the State Department. Thank you, Len Crow. It's possible for... Okay, I already read that. Olga Stadner gave 35 rand. Thank you so much for all you do. Nice to meet you today. Keep the photo with you. Maybe you can meet on the other side. Thank you so much, Olga. Oh, it was nice to meet you, Olga. I'll see you. That's okay. It didn't dawn on me. Now I got it. Now I got it. It was nice to meet you too. You're a patriot soldier. Your volume's not out of anger, but because of passion. Thank you, Brother Louis. You got it. Please tell him to check my super chat. Jason Baxter, I didn't see your super chat. Thank you for telling me that. I will go look and see. Earnings, super chats. Jason Baxter. I sent you a WhatsApp. If you still want to visit Philadelphia. I appreciate that, Jason Baxter, but I can't. Was that you that wrote to me, Jason, and asked me to come there? I went to Philadelphia today, so I never did get around to that. So let me get around to today's events. All right. Let me just catch up with the chat here. Well, it's locked on me. Fig Tree did something. What did Fig Tree do? Oh, come on. It disappeared. I'm sorry. Let me see what Fig Tree did. Was it membership or what? Must have been members. Thank you, Fig Tree, for giving members. Oh, no, you gave 350. That was, I did say that. Let's go have breakfast. Okay, thank you for that. Why is it coming up now? That's way behind. Well, that's why I'm in this there. Okay. All right. So today, 8 o'clock in the morning, I saw the doc, the chiropractor. My pelvic girdle was out of alignment. My leg was shorter than the other because it was jammed up, and that's why I was in so much pain. He pulled that stuff back and then adjusted my hip girdle and or pelvic girdle, whatever it's called anyway. I think it's hip girdle anyway, whatever. And I was able to walk normally. Not pain-free, but walk normally. So I finished that, and I tried to find where this place was, and whoever sent me the message asked me to come, because I promised I would try to come on Sunday morning, even though it was Mother's Day, and I couldn't find it. So I did a live real quick, and I asked my audience to come to the rescue and tell me where to find this place, because I couldn't find it anywhere in the map, because I was spelling it wrong, because it's not Philadelphia. It's spelled Philadelphia in Afrikaans with an F, F-I-L, not P-H-I-L. Anyway, so someone gave me the address. I went there. It was the wrong location. Someone else gave me the address. I went there. It was the wrong location. And finally, someone gave me the correct address. But at this point, the first time I was 18 kilometers away from the first place I went. So I had to go 18 more kilometers further west. And then the second time was just 3 kilometers away. But by the time people showed up to get me in, it was rather late. And when I got there, the second in charge, a nice lady, she stopped what she's doing to show me around. That wasn't necessary, but she did it. But she knew nothing about it. It's Mother's Day. No one was available. What I can say, the lady who's second in charge of that place is really loved by all the kids and by all the occupants. There are 540 people living in that community. 540. They frown upon drug use. They don't let anybody under 30 in except for the kids with their parents. It was amazing. I'm going to cover that story best I can. I'm very disappointed and saddened that I didn't get to tell people about the refugee program. But Marika was there. She's one of my subscribers. She came out and she saw me standing outside her house next to the lady that's responsible for the place. She was like gobsmacked. We took a photograph. So nice to see her there. Pelvic girdle. Thank you. Pelvic girdle and Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Do you have a limp? Good to know you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling better, but it's not solving the problem, and it's probably going to be a lifelong affliction. It looks like just from wear and tear. Anyway, but it was a good start, and I'm waiting to hear from a doctor. I'm going to see him tomorrow, but I haven't heard from him, so that might not happen. So So beyond that, then I went to the meet and greets. No, so I went to Philadelphia, and she gave me a tour of the place, and I met several people there, and then I left and drove to the meet and greets, and I got there at 1:45, and I left at 5:30. 4 hours and 45 minutes, folks. 4 hours and 45 minutes. Then I went to Linwood Bridge because I was supposed to meet a couple different people that never materialized, and I just came back to where I'm staying tonight. Are Africans capable of modern governance? Yes, they are, Josh. Mauritius. Seychelles. Canary Islands. Botswana. Rwanda. So much fun following your trip through our beautiful country. Thank you for your patience and honest reporting. Thank you so much, Gail, but I'm not done yet. Still got more to do. No, Sean, I won't be coming back to KZN, and I'm not going to Eastern Cape. I won't be going back to Northern Cape, and I'm not going to Mpumalanga or Limpopo. Just pray we get to the program. Too much excitement. Yeah, on Mother's Day. Guess I'll have to go to the community college because I already checked my diploma is not recognized USA. Oh, sorry about that, Karen. Why don't you go to the proper college? You're welcome, Culinary Pirates. Was nervous to come to the meet greet today. Evil eyes everywhere. Well, you missed out, Sam Ismail. Yesterday's where the evil eyes are. Media came yesterday. You know Uncle Dirk from Philadelphia. I have his contact information now, and if he's up for an interview, I will do an interview of him later on. All right, so that's the stuff I got today from people. I really appreciate it. There's a couple more things I got. I didn't show you everything, but thank you guys for that. So again, folks, it's real. Don't listen to these haters. They're trying to dissuade you. I'm not asking you to go anywhere. I'm not telling you not to go anywhere. You have to decide for yourself. All right, Elmarie, I've got to get up tomorrow too. So, love you, Colonel says, great job. Thank you, Norish Escobar. Credit card with no balance carried over is the easiest way to build credit. When I start out, I just paid for one or two things. Yeah, no, Bobby B. You build your credit by not having a balance. You pay off your credit cards, use them as charge cards. It's good happening into it. I've had credit cards since 1980s, and I have never once paid interest on any credit card. Never once paid interest. I pay my credit cards off in full every month, using them essentially as charge cards. If I don't have the money, I don't spend the money. Thank you so much for helping bring peace of mind to men and women who really want to live life. You're welcome. Want to go, but I have a family member with a 49-year-old criminal record. Sean, that doesn't mean... Okay, how can you have a family member with a 49-year-old criminal record? Are you the same age and married to that person? Okay, let's get something clear. If you have someone that gets a criminal record from 49 years ago, then that means they're at least 69 years old, or at least 65 years old, something like that. If that's a parent, they don't go with you. They have to apply on their own. Kim Walker kind of stayed in the background today, but it was super awesome. Thank you. You mean at the meet and greet? Eves Lombard, yes, it was nice to meet you. You're welcome. Metamorph, you're very welcome. Have a peaceful night. Thank you, Jay, for being here. Good night, Chris. Have a great flight. Just got back to South Africa. I'm not going anywhere. Well, Andre Jacobs, where the hell have you been? Where the hell have you been, man? You've been AWOL for ages. I haven't seen you here. I talk about you all the time. My man in China. My man in China. And now you're back here? Well, I'm glad to hear you're back. Where are you at? Would have been nice to know. Could have had a coffee, man. Could have had a coffee. Someone asked about building credit and paying off balance every month. It's my only advice. Yeah, easy and cheap. Super shocked at the social state of Americans vomiting about how we deserve being treated this way. But those aren't real Americans, Alma. They're not even real. They're bots. Good night, Hannes Holzhaus. It was nice meeting you. And good evening to Peter, Crystal Minar. Been trying to get my family to go to the program, but they've been listening to the wrong people. Yeah, well, that's their fault. Madeline Rulis, good night to you. People are going to bail on us left and right here. Rakes, you're very welcome. Okay. Neutrality is priceless. Thank you for that thing of nouns. Katie, so glad you safe. Was so worried when you were trying to get the address today and no one was going with you. Oh no, Katie, there's nothing wrong with that place. It's not unsafe. People tell you that they know what they're talking about. Half of us are bots, says Bobby B. Sandra Jansa van Vuren, we appreciate you. Very welcome. Arthur Momsen. God bless. I had tears in my eyes. I hope to leave my son. Pray. Okay. Guns uncensored almost 3 hours after scheduled flight. Take off. What's this? With the foreigner head to USA to resettle there, remains grounded. So they're on the ground. Where are you getting this information from? Where are you getting this information from? This is why I haven't released my videos. That's why I haven't released my videos. Where are you getting information from, Guns Uncensored? Andre, where are you at, man? I'm in Pretoria. I'm leaving. I'll be at OR Tambo tomorrow, and I'm going to the Western Cape. So, love to have a coffee, Andre. So, tell me where I can meet you. There are no buffalo stampedes in Texas. There are no buffaloes there. They're eating the dogs or eating the cats. The thing of now, it's 35 Rand. Appreciate your insight. Your choice priceless. Thank you for that. Karen Long, thanks for all you're doing. Hope you sleep better tonight. Yeah, maybe I will with my hip adjusted. Going to be a huge fan for the USA tomorrow, even with refugees land. Yep. What are the chances of Trump being there? Pretty good, I think, Charles Van Onselen, to send a message. Johan Boshoff, good evening to you. People are coming, people are leaving. Well, it's not an application. You're expressing interest. You don't have to overpay on a credit card. That doesn't help you. Just pay your balance off in full. Never miss your utility bills. Pay them on time. Your credit rating in South Africa has no bearing in the U.S. Your debt in South Africa has no bearing in the U.S. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Doesn't affect anything. You start at zero and you build from there. How have you seen the flight delay? Where are you guys seeing this at? I'm asking twice already now. It's the third time. Where are you getting this information from? Do you have the tail number of the aircraft? Are you looking at FlightAware? Cheers to the Blue Bunny. Thank you. EWN News. All right, it's nice meeting you as well. Terry, why am I not coming to Elspeth? Because I had to have 3 days to fly. I've explained this over and over again. I had to fly to Uppington. I interviewed a 92-year-old woman. Would people have me go to Nelspruit and then she passes and I never get that interview? I finally made contact with her, so I went to Uppington. Nelspruit. Thought I was going to miss him again. I've known Johan longer than any of you people. I've known him for 12 or 15 years now. Johan and I met in person finally at the 2015 or 2019 World Cup in France after knowing each other for years. And I did get to see him yesterday because he wasn't initially covering the Bulls game, but he was there and he got a great shot of Kane and Moody getting a try. So I did see Johan and I met his wife finally. Profound marginalization of my people. Exactly, Anton Detlefs. Update 30 minutes ago. Thank you. Well, I don't think Stephen Miller. It could be Marco Rubio and or Trump. Well, I've moved halfway across the world repeatedly. Repeatedly. Guys, I lived in 16 foreign countries. I've moved 26 times in 36 years. Oh. Boeing, flight radar. Okay, Jan van Driel. Okay, you got the tail number? Okay. Oh, 767 for 49 people? That's crazy. So flight aware. That's what I was asking if you guys are flight radar. Flight radar. Can we go to flight radar? Okay. Loading. Yes, yes, yes. Or Tambo. Or Tambo. Okay. Aircraft on ground. Okay. There's two fly Sapphire flights. God, you got to zoom in quite a ways to get here. I don't see anything there. There's no flight on the ground. What are you guys talking about? Departures. Ugandan Airlines, Air Austral, Kenya Airways, Istral, Turkish, South African, Fastjet. These are schedules. Okay. Try FlightAware. Here it is, FlightAware. Or Tembo. That's not right. JNB is the airfield. There it is, OR Tambo. Okay. All right. There's one flight leaving. KLM to Amsterdam. That's not them. Anyway, I'm not finding it. There's nothing here listed. There's two aircraft on the ground and there's no information available. Well, what's this? REU. Is that it? No, that's not it. It's an Airbus. Don't know why you guys are getting this stuff. George, Southern Cape. I'm not going to George. Yeah, there's no flight on the ground, folks. Yeah, Chronicles of the Jackals. That's what I said in my video. I'm heartbroken. Mel Bell shocks how tall most Americans are tall. Well, we have short people too, but men tend to be tall. No, I didn't bring any MAGA hats. I did a couple years back. Sent email a few weeks ago, and after the email address became known, received communication receipt, but since then I've not heard anything. Well, be patient. Tian Osthuizen, just wanted to know if you. I did make it to the Philadelphia Arc today, but it was not an eventful trip. Unfortunately, it was great. I met some nice people, but it wasn't. It didn't accomplish what people asked me to because I never heard back from the guy. They apparently didn't inform anybody, so they didn't know anything about my visit. Okay, flight not grounded as we're tracking flight radar now over Botswana. Okay. Okay, flight radar. Okay, flight radar. Over Botswana. Somebody said that like 20 minutes ago. It doesn't take that long to fly over Botswana. Okay, no information. That's Delta. Oh, here it is. I've got it. It's over Botswana. I've got it. Traveling at 426 knots. I've got it. There it is right there, folks. Yep, that's the one I've got. Yep, that's it. That's it. Yep. Folks, they're in the air. They're in the air. All right. They're in the air. You know what? I'm going to play my video that I'm going to release for you guys now. And let me bring it up here because we know they're gone. So that's nonsense. They're delayed. Utter nonsense. So here we go. Let me save this. Got it. And I can show you where they're at. They must be over the moon, those people in that flight. Incredible. So got it right here. So it was my host coming out to make sure I had it, but I just found it. So thank you. I found it right away. I found which one it was. Okay. So here you go, folks. There you go. This is the plane. Give me a second here to load it up. Downloads. There it is. All right. Let me make that full screen. Transform, stretch to screen. There you go. All right. So there it is, Boeing 767-224. And it's over Botswana, the one in red right there. They're flying over the Central Kalahari Game Reserve at this very moment at 464 knots per hour. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a huge aircraft. That is a nice aircraft. Wow. That is a charter flight. That is a Freedom Bird. Freedom Bird. That is a Freedom Bird. Wow. It's real. And for those YouTube content creators who said it wasn't, here's the bugger off bunny. Looking forward to tomorrow's video. You're working hard. You know, I'm gonna put it out now. Well, there aren't 4 million here, Daniel. So, okay, training. Sorry, I have no respect for those leaving. I think you should lose your citizenship. Oh, bye-bye. I think you should shut your cake hole. Again, another asshole that's never experienced something. So living in a little priceless world there. All right, folks, let me see if I can find this video and pull it up here. All right, let me find it real quick. Let's see. I'm not at home, so this is going to be a little difficult. So I'm going to have to put on my microphone on mute when I start playing it. Give me a second here, folks. This is the video I'm releasing. It's already loaded up. I hadn't released it, but now they're on the way. They won't come back here if they turn around. They'll go to they will go to Botswana or land and maybe if they have to, if something happens to the flight. So this is new release, I'll call it. Okay, let me get this set up. Okay, browse. And I want going to be in this folder. Okay. Okay. I forget the name of the damn folder, so give me a second here. It'll take me a moment to find this video. Okay. Come on, where's it at? Oh, come on. Sorry, folks. I loaded it earlier and I forgot what I called it, so it takes me a moment to find this. No, that's not it. Bless it. Oh, here it is. Good morning, folks. All right, folks, here we go. I'm going to put it on now. I got to put my microphone on mute so I can listen to it as well. Hang on. Get up here. Okay. Here we go. You get a special view of this. Sorry, folks, my phone's just cocking up here. What's going on? It won't go to the video. I wanted to go to YouTube TV. I don't care about YouTube TV. I want to go to the video. There we go. All right. Okay, now we're ready. Good morning, folks. Mother's Day, May 11th, 2025. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. A rather poignant day that will live in the memory of some families forever. You see, today, events are going to unfold later today, which I will now record and share with you and disclose after they've occurred for operational security reasons to protect those involved. You see, the first cohort of Afrikaners will be departing South Africa today for the United States on a chartered flight. This flight will include men, women, fathers, mothers, singles, and a large number of children, including many children under the age of 5. They'll be flying to the United States where they'll hope to start a new life. A new life, hopefully, for them. They'll experience sleep for once, REM sleep, actually able to fall asleep without worrying about intruders breaking in, raping, and murdering them. A life of peace and solitude and opportunity to the greatest country in the world. It is a day of hope for these folks who will be heading to America, and I wish them very best. But it's a very sad day for South Africa. A very sad day. That it should come to this, that people have to leave their homes, their home country, to move abroad, to seek a safe haven for their family, for their children, whom they cherish. These events unfolding today were unnecessary. They're the consequence of 30 years of corruption, theft, malfeasance, ineptitude, race hustling, and utter destruction of a once vibrant economy and a land full of promise that has been utterly broken and destroyed. And now, Afrikaners will be heading to the United States tonight, where hopefully they'll find safe refuge and a better opportunity in their life. I wish them well. But again, what a sad and tragic day for South Africa. I can't imagine we ever got to this stage, but here we are 30 years later, and we're seeing it unfold. Make no mistakes, folks. Afrikaners will always be in South Africa. But those who depart will be a loss to South Africa and to the Afrikaans community and Afrikaners. And I wish them all well. Godspeed. Well, there you go, folks. That's a world premiere. That video was embargoed until I knew they were in the air. So I'm going to release it now. That video will now be released. You saw it first because you stuck with me tonight. Thank you so much for that. Private, it now goes to public and published right there. It has one view, which is me screening it earlier. Let me reload this page. It's now public. And I hope that people watch it. So there you go. You got to see it first. Daniel, I have no idea how many will come. Can't comprehend the feeling of safety. Okay. South African Farm Girl, how's it going? Sleep with my gun. Jeez. Gideon had to leave South Africa for Japan in 2019. Been there ever since. What a beautiful Mother's Day present to frontrunners. Natasha, thanks for helping your people. Okay. Tears running down my cheek. No, there are 4.8 million white South Africans, Valerie from Vike, but only 2.8 million are actually Afrikaners. You're welcome, Rakes. It's my pleasure to air that for you tonight. I wish I could air the interview, but until I know that they're on the ground in the States, I'm embargoing that video. Wow. Well, it's a great Trek 3.0 in some ways. People left Europe, that was one. Came to South Africa, they moved to the interior, that was two. This is the third one. I saw the footage of the NCA burst into tears. How very sad for my people. Well, Lyle, too, I hear you. And Afrikaners will survive in this country, as I said. They'll still be here. Hey, Bernardo, how you doing there? Jan van Driel, what's going on, man? Thanks for all your help recently. Arnold, Braun, welcome to Connie Loves Pencils is back. Growing from Karpinski, I don't really want to elaborate on how many people on that flight till they land, okay? I'm the second viewer, says Anne Marie, okay? They're the most destructive, okay? Why does it feel like I'm losing family? Thank you, Willem. 3 burglaries in 5 days on the farm. Good God. Well, thank you, Dirk Duploy. NDK, hello to you. Daniel Callahan, I guess at least 1.5 million. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Andre, I hope we're not on the brink of the next World War, but certainly Joe Biden took us to that edge. We've backed off that with Trump, so we'll see how it goes. Husband, son sleep with firearms under the pillow. Jeez. Yes, Bobby B. Afrikaners share more of the cultural distinctiveness that we share than many people come to America, and they're willing to join and be part of our crowd. Justin, how's it going? Justin, how you doing? Didn't see your mom here tonight, so spent some time USA. Found the American people amazingly friendly. So much opportunity. Well, how sad I have missed Philadelphia. I want to miss. I'm crying about your loss. Olivia, I was there. Olivia, I was there. But there was no event set up. They didn't know that I was coming. And it took me forever to find the place because I didn't have good information. But I went and I met, is it Miss, what's her name? Amelia? Is that her name? The lady? She's lovely. Sad day indeed, Colonel, says Bergmeister, but absolutely wonderful news for our brothers and sisters on that flight. Yep. Funny, Fun Dyke, thank you. Was nothing but the best for all who wish to make success. Makes me tear up when I see one that cares about us. Well, thank you, Peter. Chronicle says, I will want to stay and hope for the best while I can. There you go. Andres Mullah. Myra Prinsloo, what's up? War Bordermicey. Ha. So Bosch Zebra. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, man. She's very much asleep. She had a good day, though. That's good to hear, Justin. I had a good day, too. Saw a chiropractor today and got some realignments and put things back right. It hasn't solved the problem, but I'm better off than I was. Nationwide riots of looting and burning like July. Yeah, no, I got you. What an emotional day. Yep, on Mother's Day of all days, too. Credit record build, like you said. Okay. For the past 4 years, I sleep no more than 4 hours a night. Panic each night. Yeah. Karika Visa, member. Thank you so much for that. And Bernard Herbert, 35 Rand. As far as I know, that's correct information, but I've heard they're not sending an auto reply. They've turned it off, so send it. Ah, Natasha, the Democrats are evil. You shouldn't be shocked. Well, no one's applied, Anna. You express interest by writing to that email address. Charles, I covered it and predicted it, remember? Remember, I was the only analyst who told people it was going to happen on June 29th of 2023. 2023 now? I'm losing track. Was it 2021 now? When the hell were the riots? Now it's 2023. I'm losing, getting lost here. Sad, it was 2023. Was it 20? Yeah. The government and the president know what kind of legacy they're leaving behind. Will history speak of them? Yeah, it'll speak poorly of them. Our YouTube feed just filled up with videos labeled "Why South Africa is Now Screwed." Oh, your son still got an auto reply yesterday, Corey. Okay, well, good. Well, when we've heard people trying to spread misinformation, then I just told you what somebody said. So, go online to Philadelphia Arc. Where online? I searched for that, Olivia. There's no such thing. First off, it was spelled. I wasn't told the correct spelling. It was sent to me as Philadelphia as an American. And anyway, we carried and slept with a firearm since 1990. Jeez. Valerie von Vijk, Fabian getting into medical school in the country is almost impossible for light-skinned people. Yep. Okay, Chris Juan sent an email today and got a reply. LB says, please don't flame me. Just joined. Did you find what you were looking for yesterday? If so, how was it? What was I looking for yesterday? I don't recall, LB. Attempt to hijack in Port Elizabeth, garage broken into, emptied while sleeping, attacked while fishing. Luckily, I had my firearm. Brian Sturvig, 140 Rand. Thank you for that. I pray for South Africa. Some Republicans are okay, but being part of America is having a general distrust anyone who seeks power. Well, Bobby B, I wouldn't say that. I sought to run for office, and there's no reason to mistrust me. Flux Camaster, thank you for caring deeply. You're welcome. Well, some people had trouble with passports. Others have had no trouble at all. So just hit and miss. 2021. Yeah, I'm Charles. It's late. I'm tired. It was 2021. Yep. 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 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Heartfelt truth. Yep. You're welcome. Sleeping with my firearm since 1993. John Graves, happy for the South Africans. See, look at it. These Americans care. What will become the cultural assets of white South Africans? Uniforms and military museums. Well, not everyone's leaving, Daniel. Just some people are leaving. All vote Republican. We'll see. People say that. Your kids will turn on us. Unlicensed USA, will they accept them? No, we don't accept your license. We accept a foreign. No. Every state has their own licensing requirements. You have to get a license in the state you're in. If you need to get a firearm. And competency, you're not required to have a competency certificate. We're not fascists. We don't require that. Hert van Jaarsveld, welcome to you. Oh, thank you for the super chat, 140 Rand. You're very welcome. I want to say God bless everyone. Despite everything, God bless everything. Okay. Okay, so pleased for these people. Ran down Beale Street screaming from a trigger. Memphis was triggered. What? Marcel Nell, thank you for the 140 Rand super chat. Tutscenes and have a good one. Okay, thanks. First time assaulted by 5 black women was when I was 12. I'm now 40, and now the stars nearly killed in our house. Good Lord. Colonel for president. I don't know about that. No one's complaining about tax. What are you talking about there, Dedella? I found it, LB. I found it. But it wasn't Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia with an F. Thank you for asking. Beverly Odendall, the plane is stopping in Dakar. Yes, I'm aware for refueling. I'm aware. And I've been aware for some time. A driver's license in one state is valid in all 50 states. That's correct. It's fine, Fabian. It's a fair question. There's an email address from Renell. She's put up, hey, Renell, how's it going? There's a star, Renell. Avoid Philadelphia. No, Daniel Robertson. I went. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of misinformation regarding Philadelphia. If Crazy Joe can do it, I can too. They're over Botswana reviving for but you're way behind the scene. They're past Botswana. Okay, are moved by your devotion, Harville. Yeah. Truly moved by your devotion, heartfelt emotion for the Afrikaner people. Truly sad day for our history. Ons vir jou, South Africa. Thank you, Jasper. Yeah, the media frenzy is going to be something else, folks. An awesome send-off video, very emotional. Good night to whoever's leaving there. Okay, is that the actual image of the refugees boarding the plane? Yes, it is. Well, they're not boarding the plane; they're going through immigration. Yes, Loretta, it's very sad for me to see things come to this point. This is the last thing I want to see. People abandon South Africa. I've been dismayed at all the people left over the years, but I've never questioned why they left. They need opportunity. They need safety. I'm very concerned that this is the death of South Africa. I hope not. I don't know where you're talking about, Daniel Robinson. I've been there. There's not nuts, so people are fine. Yeah, it's going to be a FAFO. Yep. You're very welcome. I haven't seen Cotton Bean. Well, Fabian, I'm going to need more information on that. So, um, that's an indictment of the ANC. Correct. Correct, Chris Ayler's indictment of the ANC, not on Afrikaners. Jason, do you think they'll announce what happens next or possibly already interviewing more people? Don't know the answer to that one. We'll have to wait and see. Freelance Kate, do you listen to anything? Do you listen to anything I say? I mean, sometimes I wonder if you're just a troll. Honestly. Honestly. What did I say? What did I say? The media exposed that photograph. I called their behavior irresponsible. But it's in the public domain. Me not showing it in my video is not going to protect anyone. ENCA showed those photographs. It's out there in the public domain. Therefore, I showed the image. So, this isn't my photograph and I'm exposing people. That's already been done. And showing them isn't telling you who they are. The interview that will release when people are safely in America will tell you the person's name and where they're from. That's a photograph of people standing in line in an airport. That could be any airport. I could have pulled the wool over your eyes and taken a picture of people in Memphis getting on a plane. When can we apply firearms US? The moment you arrive. As far as I know. Depends on the state. Daniel Callahan, no, people who leave aren't fools. You can't rubbish those people, and just like they shouldn't be rubbishing you. Good night, Gabriel Stoltz. No problem trying to articulate in writing why and my son need this program. Well, then apparently you don't need it then. Or do you mean you're trying to write an email? Philip van Niekerk missed his flight. What flight are you talking about, Philip? You can't be one of the refugees because they had to be present last night for a briefing. So how would you have missed your flight? They would have crossed Namibia a long time ago, guys. Very sad for South Africa, but unfortunately, so this is what happens if your government do not listen to looting. Yep. Yep. Oh, okay, Philip. Oh, that's what you mean. You missed your flight because you weren't on it. All right, guys. Yeah, so there you have it. There we are. Marcel, Nell, thank you for that super chat here. Von Renzel, thank you for that super chat. Uh, Brian Struvik, 140 Rand. I think I missed that. So, Holman von Sell, this is the first of many more to come. The more that leave, the more the rest will fear to be left behind. Stansam, Stammstärk, uns Hemste Vater, sagt uns not Tiffany. Okay, well, South Africa just went from junk status to truly rubbish status. After chewing up, I didn't see him. They're not squatters. It's not a squatter camp. It's an informal settlement, and I didn't talk to people because whoever asked me to come never coordinated. So they didn't know why I was there, didn't know who I was. This is the start. When the first go, the rest will follow. Yeah, Rakes, it is sad. Yeah, I can't wait to see release it. So, all right, guys. My dad is 78 years old with Alzheimer's and is setting in, but would love to have someone do his bio. Are you asking me to do his biography, Chronicles? Is that what you're saying? All right. Well, lots of people are chatting. Let me just go look up some stuff on the news real quick here. Find where? Okay. Session timed out. Okay. Let me go to News 24 and see what they've got to say. Cockpot 24. First group I'm going to set to leave. Okay. They're too lazy to even stay up for the flight. There's no news. No news. Okay. Let's go to IOL. See what they've got. Water crisis. They're not even talking about it. Okay. Let's go to Times Live. Okay. We're going to wrap up here shortly, folks. Been at this for 2 hours. I was only going to do an hour, but this has been a big evening. So, they're hiding the story too. There's no mention of it in Times Live. Most of the mainstream media is simply ignoring it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sent you an email about a terrible article today. Okay, thank you, William Wheeler. Opposition party to the ANC. Okay. In your opinion, do you see other countries following suit? No, I don't, because they're racist. The Europeans are racist against white people, so I don't expect it. They're destroying their countries. All right, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you. Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. Thanks for all the super chats and for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button, and we'll catch you tomorrow. See what's going on. Maybe a meet and greet. If Garrett can check and get back with me, and we'll find out. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. So that's going to do it for tonight. Good night, everybody.